Rahim. I would like to talk to you about the Quran and court judgments. Judgment means deciding whether someone is right or wrong, someone has done something according to law or not. And it also means that the process of judgment should be according to the Quran. We are all Muslims, that means we are obedient to God as ordered in the Quran, and therefore we should follow it. I refer to certain verses which guide us about our system of judgments or how the judgments should be given. This is chapter 4, verse 9, which says that يَقُولُ قَوْلًا سَدِيدًا. That means whenever you say something, this teaches us that whenever we say something, it should be well directed, and it should be to the point, going straight to the point. This means that nothing irrelevant should be discussed or heard in the judgment, in the process of judgment. And it also means that everybody should say something directly without any roundabout manner, without any irrelevance. That includes everybody. And the other verses which are very important here are that God curses those people. That means God punishes those people who tell lies or who do something wrong, the wrongdoers. So the word is la'na. La'na means that they are away from the mercy of God, from the kindness of God, and from the facts and the way that has been told in the Quran. And this means that they will be punished in this world as well in the hereafter. Now I refer to verse 4, verse 35 and chapter 4. And it says that whenever you find some separation or between the husband and the wife, or some kind of a conflict between them, difference of opinion between them, then you have to appoint one hakama, that means one judge from amongst the family of the wife, and one judge from the family of the husband. This means that hakam is the word which is used for a judge who decides whether someone has done something wrong or without any support of law, unlawful or not. Now this is the duty of the judge to see only this, that whether the action is lawful or unlawful, whether the action is right according to law and according to morality or not. And then they have to find those facts themselves, because they are the judge. The judge needs to examine and to find out what is right and what is wrong. So they have to ask questions. They have to examine the witnesses, the prosecutor or anybody who comes for the case, the complainant and the respondent, everybody, they have to be examined by the judge himself, with the help of the lawyers if they are present there. But in Quran, we have been told that the complainant should go directly to the judge and speak to him, and the judge should hear and record everything he says. There is no need of any lawyer. Why? Because the Quran says that everybody has to say what is right and true. Therefore, there is no need to have a lawyer according to Islamic traditions also. Why? Because everybody is supposed to know the law, the Quranic law. And everybody is supposed to know the law of the country because they have to follow it. How will they follow it when they don't know it? So it is the duty of the government to publicize the constitution of the Pakistan, all its terms, and also to publicize the law, especially which are concerned with the public and with the individuals, so that they can follow. Otherwise, how will they follow? And when the complainants come before the judge has to inform them about the law. And suppose there is a lawyer also, then it's the duty of the lawyer to help the complainant or other respondent about the law. He should give a legal help, not an unlawful help. For example, hiding facts, telling lies. Generally, lawyers these days instigate their clients to tell lies, to hide facts, not to accept whatever wrong they have done. And this is against Islam and this is against Quran. So now we go to chapter 5, verse 42, which says that whenever وَإِنْ حَكَمْتَ فَحْكُمْ بَيْنَهُمْ بِالْقِسْطِ. Whenever you judge between people, you have to judge with justice. Justice means that one should be told whether he is right or wrong. If he is wrong, then he must be told, and he must accept it, and he must be punished accordingly. And if somebody is right, that he should also be told that he is right according to law. It depends. The judge, according to Quran, is also the man who decides to do something. The judge is the officer also who decides to do something while sitting in his office. And they are all supposed to follow the law. And now we go to 44, verse 44, chapter 5, which says, وَمَنْ لَمْ يَكُمْ بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْكَافِرُونَ. Those who do not decide according to the Quran, which has been revealed by God, they are rejectors, kafirun. This means that whoever does not judge properly according to law, honestly and efficiently, he is a rejecter of the law, as well as a rejecter in the eyes of God. Because generally, the country law is almost similar to God's law, with some differences also, which I will point out. Chapter 6, verse 114 says, and I quote, do you want that you should ask somebody else to judge, whereas God has given you, revealed to you, a book of law which distinguishes between right and wrong, lawful and unlawful? So this means that one should always judge according to the Quran. And this means that he should judge according to the law which is not against the Quran. If there is a law which is against the Quran, then it must be changed by the people of the representatives of the country. For example, the Quran does not have any place for the lawyer, the advocate, the pleader. But why they are not having no pleaders in the courts? Why they are not listening to the complainants directly? Because they are slavishly following the British law, the British system of law, and which is a different way from the Quranic ways. So it must be changed. But there is a compromise also. For example, every lawyer is allowed to give legal help to the people. The people are also allowed to have lawyers. They can consult lawyers. They can take advice. But the lawyers should have ethical principles to follow. They should not misguide them or tell them wrong laws or misinterpret laws. And they should not ask them to hide information or to hide their crimes. They must never support criminals. This is an ethical demand, as well as a legal demand. Now, the next thing is that a person is allowed to have a lawyer beside him. But he has to say everything to the judge himself. The judge has to examine him, cross-examine him, so that he may find the real facts, the true facts. Because the facts are distorted by the lawyers or by the people under the advice of the lawyers. Now we go to verse 153, chapter 6. And this says that Anna Haza Bisirati Mustaqima. This is the right way which I have told you to you. God says, which I have told to you through his prophet, that this is the right way, the straight path. Fattabi'uhu, so follow it. So everybody should follow the way of judiciary or judicial system which has been advised and told directly or indirectly by God through his prophet. And وَلَا تَتَّبِعُوا السُّبُلَ, that don't follow any other way which is different from the way told by Quran. بِهُمْ عَنْ سَبِيلِهِ. This is very important, that you have to follow the way which has been told to you by God through the Holy Prophet. And now we go to chapter 26, verse 83. And it says, رَبِّ هَبْ لِي حُكْمًا وَأَلْحِقْنِي بِالصَّالِحِينَ. This means that it should be prayer of every person, every Muslim, to give judgment to him. Hukmun is a noun which means judgment, the act of judging whether someone is right or not, whether someone has done something rightly or not. This is the duty of every obedient Muslim, of every obedient believer. And then he said one should be righteous. That means one should do right things, right actions according to the law of the country, as well as according to the law of Quran given by God through Muhammad, his prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And now we go to chapter 38, verse 26, which says that فَحْكُمْ بَيْنَ النَّاسِ بِالْحَقِّ. You have to judge between people as a person, as a police officer, or as a government officer, or as a judge, with truth, with righteousness. That means, haq means that something which is true as well as right. And la tattabi'u hawa, and they don't have to follow their own opinions, their own bent of minds, their own inclinations of mind, or their own thoughts. What I mean to say is that one should learn from the Holy Quran about judging well. And when you judge, don't listen to irrelevant things, because God has advised somewhere in the Quran that you can know who is lying and who is a hypocrite. It is very easy to find him. Why? How? You can find him with the way he talks. That is called lahnul qawl. The way he says something. Because he will say something not directly. He will deviate from the facts, from the real facts, and he will try to avoid you. What the lawyers do today, they delay. The delay matters. For example, if the Supreme Court has called Riaz Malik, he says, I can't find a lawyer. So there is no need of a lawyer. It is up to you to find a lawyer or not. If you have not been able, come on, we know the law. We will tell you the law. You tell us the facts. And then the case can be heard according to the Quran. So why are the Muslims not following the Quran? If they don't follow the Quran, God says in the Quran that they are rejectors. And rejectors are to be punished in this world and the hereafter. Thank you.